What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and
We are back with a Triple H is a bad booker. We tried to get it on the weekend, but didn't have enough time, so we're bringing it to you guys today. Triple H is a bad booker on Night of Champions 2025, which I don't know about you, but I think it was the worst Saudi show I've ever seen.
easily. I mean, easily one of the worst, if not the worst. It was awful. It was predictable from start to finish. Just the whole thing, just lackluster. They had Cross tapping out. Yeah.
We'll break it down bit by bit. So first off, they had the King of the Ring final for the men, and of course Cody had to win it for. I mean, because who isn't wanting Cody back in the main event? I mean, everybody's been clamoring. Even the Smarks online, Cody needs a shot again. Everybody's saying Cody needs a shot. No, they're not. I'm just like, it's like Triple H always goes for the ass backwards decisions. Everybody wanted Randy Orton to win that. I mean, Randy Orton came in, he got a humongous pop, the best pop of the night.
Oh, absolutely.
The fans were singing along to his song, everything, man. They loved him.
No, absolutely. And the problem with it is when you put the title back on Cody, okay, now you're just back to square one. Like you're back to where you started last year. Like this is the problem with it is it's going to just be stale and boring. Like you put the title back on Cody. I get where the company would want to do that because he's the baby face, where they try to make him the face of the company. You got to go to a new direction. You got to make things exciting. And I think, revving up Randy Orton, building him back up to the top card status where he should be at is better for the company because again, now you have another star when Cena goes.
Well, why can't we have a rotation of main event stars? Especially you got Raw and SmackDown. It's not just... It's supposed to be a brand split, but they're ignoring that completely. If that's the case, why don't we have more rotating main eventers? It's all a bunch of mid-carders now.
Exactly. It's just a bunch of mid-card. Everybody is 50-50. It's like what Ryback said about Triple H's booking. It's like, no one is going to be 50-50. They would rather have a half-empty crowd than to have another situation where they build up another megastar and they just leave. And then the company is left vulnerable. Like this is where I think the problem with Triple H being in creative is that, he was with Vince McMahon for all those years where you had Stone Cold leave, you had CM Punk leave, you had Batista leave, you had The Rock leave. So like they got vulnerable every time that they would leave. So I can understand why Triple H would book this way, but the problem with it is that you're going to get yourself in a situation where you're going to need stars in order to sell out these venues. And with TKO, they cannot financially afford to have half-empty crowds. They can't. If that happened, Triple H would be gone.
Well, one thing you got to keep in mind, too, is Vince, at the very least, had backup main eventers. If he didn't have John Cena, he had Roman Reigns. If he didn't have Roman Reigns, he had Brock Lesnar. And then he even had some of the old guns to rely upon, like Undertaker, for example. And even Stone Cold, if he needed him. He had a much bigger reserve than what Triple H has right now. And I think that whole thing about afraid of losing a star and the company being in strands, at this point, with as bad as UFC and WWE are right now, you need to do everything to make a star. The fact that UFC is starting to get Ilya Tapura as a star, that's good. You need more stars. And over here at WWE, there's really nobody to clamor about because they're all booked the same. I mean, when they're all booked the same, it gets very hard to get behind somebody. What people like is they like dominance. They like somebody who's undefeated or somebody who's a dominant guy who just goes in and fucks shit up. We don't want this motherfucker dominating right here because he has had too much time dominating and he's done way too much damage to the product. He's the reason why SmackDown, which was once the flagship show, got more viewers at one time on Fox than Raw. It's the reason why that show now is basically the bitch show to Raw. Because, they put all their eggs in one basket with Cody and you get no return. And here they are going back to the well for John Cena versus Cody Rhodes 2. Nobody wants to see that shit. Like, what's the point, too? I mean, is Cena gonna just job the title at SummerSlam and then try to be a babyface the rest of his rounds? How is this gonna go?
That's the problem, is it? Like, what are you going to do going forward? I mean, I guess you could do that. You could have Cena turn face, but again, it's like, what are you going to have to maintain the momentum? Like, the problem with WWE and all of this is that they've had different things happen that would boost their momentum over and over. Like Triple H taking over, Vince leaving. Like a lot of fans were frustrated with Vince; they wanted him to go, and they finally got the Vince replacing Triple H, so that boosted the momentum. Then they got Bray Wyatt to come back, that boosted the momentum. Then CM Punk came back, that boosted the momentum. Then The Rock comes back, that boosted the momentum, and slowly but surely, and then John Cena turns heel, like that boosts the momentum also. But like slowly but surely, The Rock is hardly ever there. CM Punk is frequently injured. John Cena is going to be leaving and going back to Hollywood. Roman Reigns is gone. what are you going to have? And Bray Wyatt's unfortunately no longer with us. So like, what are you going to have to maintain this momentum going forward? That momentum is the reason why WWE's been selling out, air quotes, all these venues, is because they've had a shitload of momentum on their side, and you can see that momentum starting to die out, and you could see it in the viewership. Look at the viewership for SmackDown. Look at the viewership for Raw. For Raw especially, 2.6 million. That is, in my view, not a good sign if you're trying to be this ever-growing presence with live streaming on Netflix. Like, you want to see that number go up over time. You don't want to see continually go down and down. That's not what Netflix wants. They're paying $500 million a year, not just for Raw, but for the entire video catalog and for all the PLEs. They need to make their money on this. And if everything is going down and down and down in viewership for WWE, that cannot be good for the subscriber growth for WWE with Netflix. So this is the problem with Triple H's booking, and why we shit on this United Champions card, is that it shows that the booking is having a negative effect on the business side of things. And if you're in the little things that you're seeing now with the lack of merchandise sales, you're seeing it with less sellouts. It's going to start manifesting itself in hardly ever selling out, even fewer merchandise sales. It's going to get really fucking bad if they keep going in this route, and we've been warning for years that this is going to happen.
What are you noticing every time, too? What are you noticing every single time, too? Less impact. Every time they do something big, less impact. You had something big with the John Cena thing, but besides that, everything Triple H has came up with on his own without Brian Gewirtz has been a bigger flop each and every single time. He really hoped, getting Seth Rollins to stable with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker, people would care about him. They don't give a shit about him. You're seeing a lot of Triple H's decisions. A lot of them are backfiring on him, and he's looking like garbage because of it, and the fans are hating his booking. So for all those fans that were excited about Triple H taking over when Vince left, they're quickly having buyer's remorse and realizing, no, this guy is not good for the business. He will not help out the business. He is selfish. He is very much about himself, making himself look good. That's the reason why you see this big-nosed, ugly gnome fuck showing his face off every single chance he gets. Because for him to say, it's not about any star, it's about the brand, he makes it all about himself as much as possible for every single fucking WWE production. What do we got to see? His name at the very top. He wants to let you know, hey, I made this garbage. That's why it's crap. All right, well, I appreciate your telling advice right there.
I mean, but it's like that saying, live by the sword, die by the sword. Okay, if you want to make yourself the face of the company, what happens when the company is no longer selling out venues like they used to? What happens if it's now the momentum for the business side of things in WWE is going down and down and down? What happens when you're the face of it all? You're gone.
And he's going to find that out soon, and especially with booking decisions like this. So the Cody shit was pretty bad, but here's one thing I'm trying to figure out. Why would you take a guy? We're not the biggest fans of Jacob Fatu with his current momentum. I think that he's an okay dude, but why would you take a guy who just won the title, all the people are behind him, and you have him lose to this overrated, fat, dumpy King Hippo, Taz Samoa Joe ripoff, Timu motherfucker like this in Solo Sakamoa? What does this do for anybody? Like, nobody that I know online, besides like maybe iBeast, is a fucking Solo fan. Everybody thinks this guy fucking sucks. So why the fuck is Triple H dedicated to shoving this overrated piece of shit down our throats? That's what I'm wondering. Why is he a leader?
I honestly don't understand. I think it's one of the most, and it's not just us. Like, you've seen a lot of other people in the YWC shitting on this new fake Timu bloodline that Triple H has tried to get going. I look at it like this. I hope that this is for Jacob Fatu to go on to bigger and better things, like maybe pair up with Cody, and then you have like a Cody and Fatu versus like a Cena and Rock feud at SummerSlam or not at SummerSlam, but Survivor Series. They could do something like that. But do I think they're going to do that? No. I think this is just to kind of, hey, here's a title change in Saudi. There you go.
It was dumb, though. And that wasn't the only dumb thing about the match. They had Tonga come back for no reason. I mean, it was Tonga Loa, and they bragged about it online. Elite Rockers was saying that he got 18 million social media bot impressions. Good for him, I guess. The bots were in full effect for Tama Tonga because nobody online. And for all the people that I say don't give a shit about Solo Sakamoa, even fewer care about this fucking charisma void right here.
You know what it might be? Just curiosity to who the fuck is this guy?
I don't even think that, because just people don't care about WWE at all. Because and that wasn't the only surprise, but they also had Hikuleo show up and come out. Yay. Hakalugi, yay. So we got another Samoan guy. And at this point, you could pretty much see what it's going to. What they're doing is they're trying to build up for Survivor Series. It's going to be, I guarantee you, fake Bloodline versus Temu Bloodline in a battle for which is the worst ripoff. That's what it's going to be. You're going to have Jacob, what is it? It's probably going to be Jacob Fatu, if I had to guess, Jacob Fatu, Tongaloa, and Chimichanga versus Samoa, Mateo, and Hikalogi.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to guess.
And Triple H can book like this because there's no pressure. There's no pressure for now. There's no pressure for now. The fans, they're still sucking them off. I mean, but slowly but surely, you see the tide turning.
Oh, there's this one dude online. Flat out I'm proud he's doing it though. But he's basically saying, how come these guys get to be the black men in WWE, yet black men can't be successful? And I wish more people would bring this up because it almost feels like Triple H books the Samoans, more dominant than he does black guys, and it just goes into racism. It's like, why can't you book some of the guys, like, for example, like Trick Williams and Obafemi? We've always talked about they should come up to the main roster and have dominant pushes, and they're still trapped down in NXT. I mean, how many people, we're not fans of Carmelo Hayes, but how many people wanted Carmelo Hayes to have a big push? All the smarks online. He ain't getting it.
Oh, absolutely. And they'll overlook it because, because they feel like there's pressure to stick up for Triple H still. That's why because they want to fit in. Like these marks want to fit in so fucking bad that they'll overlook the bad creative from Triple H and they'll convince themselves, oh, it's not Triple H. It can't be Triple H because he gave us black and gold. You know what it is? It's WWE creative, the amorphous, vague, shadowy WWE creative that doesn't involve Triple H in any way, shape, or form. No. It's not like Triple H is the head of creative for WWE and who decides everything that you see on WWE TV. No. It's the vague, mysterious WWE creative.
It's what they're so afraid to take a look at this guy who they praised for so long and look like dumb fucking hypocrites. That's what it comes down to. They don't want to look back at like, wow, I was a fucking idiot and I put over that fucking retarded match mark who does the most easiest paint by number bookings that I've ever seen. They don't want to admit that. They just want to, at the time, it's all about the hype. If they're fitting into the hype bubble with all the people online and talking about NXT, it's the new hype cool thing, they're part of that movement. They're part of that culture. They get some of those clicks, get some of that fan base. But if they're talking shit about it, people are going to ignore them. Unfortunately, a lot of people were ignoring us back when we did our NXT Sucks and we were trying to let you know what Triple H was bad about. We tried to let you, we were the first ones out there on the internet. Well, this is without question, without a doubt. Mm-hmm. Let's toot our own horns on this shit. We were the first ones to start talking shit about Triple H and his absolutely awful dog shit booking. We thought he was good at one time. We thought when NXT first started out, we're like, wow, this is not too bad.
You know who it was?
It was Dusty. We found out it was Dusty, and we're like, oh, he was the crutch holding up this fucking ugly retard the whole time. And what happens? Dusty dies. NXT becomes basically Ring of Honor Jr. And it was awful. It was awful. And speaking of, look who, he took one of the top stars from Ring of Honor, a goofball like El Generico, and put him over Cross. Because who doesn't need a ginger, B-rate Robert De Niro, Goldberg at the top of their company? Who doesn't? I mean, here's what frustrates me about this. Cross has never been over now more than he is right now. He is fucking over. He's got wrestlers like Julia wearing his t-shirt, dude. This guy is over. The crowd is popping for him. We showed you the video of him over in Saudi. The fans love this guy right now. Number one merch seller on the Shop Zone. Why the fuck would you give the win to this guy? I know it's Saudi, they're like, oh, he's a Saudi sympathizer. He needs to win. No, he doesn't. If the fans are cheering for Cross, go with what the fans want. Triple H says, I listen to the fans live, not the ones online. Obviously not that night. Obviously not that kite. Because I tell you, Cross and Randy Orton, biggest pops, man. People love those guys. Sammy, he got some pops too, but you know what? I just don't see the point. This just goes right into the predictability that we were talking about. It's all about the people who he made. All about the people who NXT Black and Gold were invested in. And even Cody Rhodes, a lot of people forget, he was part of the original NXT. So, technically, he's still Black and Gold. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, he was. Like the early NXT, for sure. Wasn't he part of Nexus? Thought he was.
I believe so, yeah. But, the part of the first NXT, I believe it was, it had Daniel Bryan as a coach on it and shit. Or Daniel Bryan coming up on it. But yeah, that was back in the day, man. Sammy, he's terrible. He's awful. Nobody likes him except for British Smarks. Why fucking give him the win? Why?
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to see who booked the first takeover for NXT. It was back in December 11th, 2014. And the reason I bring that up is because that was when Sammy won the NXT title. And and if I remember correctly, that's right around the time that Dusty had to step away from creative. And I think Triple H booked that show. And so, because I'm looking right now, they had other NXT champions. Let me go to the list. You had the first one was Seth Rollins back in 2012, Big E Langston, Bo Dallas, Adrian Neville, and then on December 11th, 2014, Sami Zayn take over Our Evolution. See, that to me looks like a noseman decision, and it could be. What I'm trying to say here is that it could be that this is the first ever champion that Triple H ever made the champion, that he ever put the title on, gave him the nod of approval, and so I think he remembers that loyalty to this day, and he's like, all right, I'll promote Sami Zayn, and I hate to say this, I hate to throw this out there. It's to me. If I were to guess what they're going to do with Sami Zayn next, they're probably going to build him up into the world title scene. With Cena leaving and all the others, yeah.
Without question, that's something we've been predicting, and they've been shoving down our throats all this time, is that they're going to move Sami Zayn to the world title scene, and we don't want to see this. Because Sami Zayn is not going to elevate anybody. You already saw how much shit... Well, you already saw how much shit crashed out with Seth Rollins and Kofi Kingston as champion. If you're going to have somebody as champion, they gotta look like a superstar, not a regular fucking dude. And that's the problem, is we need more larger-than-life superstars. For as much people that say that, Cross is corny, he's a jobber, can you deny the fact that he looks like a fucking monster? That he looks like he could break somebody in half? Because you can't. He looks like a fucking killer. That's why the Killer Cross gimmick was perfect for this guy. This was the opportunity to pull the trigger, really put him over. Only way I look at it is he must be on his way out. I mean, his contract is up this month, so they're like, yeah, just give Sammy the win. Let him go out.
And they're probably going to leave together. I mean, him and Scarlett. So, for AEW, this is the perfect signing. I mean, the guy, he's smart, he's creative, he's reliable, he looks the part. He's the exact opposite of CM Punk in the locker room from everything I've heard. Like, CM Punk's like, why are you doing this? You should be doing that. From everything I've heard with Cross, he's very easy to work with. So in every regard, I think Cross could benefit AEW, but are they going to do it? I hope they do.
We'll see. I mean, I would assume he's on good terms with a lot of people back there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, especially after they dropped the ball and Shotzi went over to MLW, that would be a really solid signing for them. But we'll see what happens, man. Who knows? He could even end up, somewhere else, over in Japan, or who knows? Over in UFC, who knows? But what is always predictable with the Triple H show is that Mommy's going to go over every fucking time.
Ugh.
Every fucking time. Even though Asuka was getting this comeback push, a lot of people thought, it had to be Asuka. Because she had this dominating push, won that qualifying match. We're like, okay, this is her renaissance. And of course it has to go back to Rhea and Io. No, a match nobody fucking liked. At the very least, I'm not a Joshi fan, but give those fucking Joshi dorks Asuka versus Io, They would like it. It's for them, yeah. But who wants to see yet another rematch? Why? How many fucking world title wins does this stupid SJW bitch have to fucking have? The other day, I don't know if you saw it, she was getting offended at some tweet that wasn't even aimed right at her. Okay, so it's like some fat bitch was cosplaying as Timeless Tony Storm, and she was just spilling all over the place. Dude, it looked like fucking Miss Piggy dressed as Timeless Tony Storm. It's crazy. And this chick quote tweeted her and said, I can't take advice from people on the internet that look like this. And of course, Rhea, not tagged, had to quote tweet and say, it's always nameless, faceless accounts like this that are putting people under. And just grandstanding for no fucking reason. Just SJW bullshit. You aren't tagged. I mean, I can understand why you always, mention, that they need to control these social media accounts, but it almost feels like they're afraid with how popular these stars are. You got a problem with it? Let's see you try to enforce it. Shit like that. I don't know. I just know it's one of those things where it's getting very annoying, and the women are the worst offenders. And it's always these annoying white liberal bitches. Every fucking time. White SJW liberal fuck bitch. Every single time. And Rhea Ripley is usually leading the charge. I swear, everybody in that locker room is a professional complainer.
Well, they're not professionals. They're complainers.
Oh, and this is as professional as it gets. Not sure if you saw it on the news, but the ref had to hold the table so she could do the stunt. If it has to get to the point that you got to hold the fucking table, just do a regular top rope pump handle slam. It's not going to lose effect. It's still a powerful move,
Well, I mean, and that's Well, absolutely. Well, and I don't know if you've noticed this too, but like you'll notice like in some of the women's matches, the refs they'll actually rather than go through with the pin, they'll hold their hand up and not go through with it if there's like a miss spot or something's not going right. Vince back in the day would actually make them go through with it.
Yeah, and he would scold them, and that's one thing I wish that we had a booker that really cared enough about the product to have a risk and reward type system with these wrestlers. And that's something that Triple H doesn't have. He coddles everybody. We really need to have a booker that really rewards these employees and lets them know, hey, you did a great job, handshake, give them a hug, give them a pay raise, whatever. And when they fuck up to the point where they do something like this that looks bad on TV, eviscerate them in front of everybody backstage. Make sure that they don't fucking do this shit ever again.
No, you can't. The professionalism is what protects the wrestlers. It's what makes everybody on their A game. That professionalism is there to prevent injuries also. The reason, and what have you noticed? You've seen that professionalism go. What are you noticing a lot more? Injuries out the ass. Yeah, all
the time. And that's the thing too, is the wrestlers, they work less than they did back in the day. I don't. There's no excuse, dude. When you go from a schedule working 300 days out of the year to this new schedule where you're working maybe 2 days a week, you have no fucking excuse. I mean, You should be limber. You should be ready to go. You should be professional. You should be at the PC on your days off, sharpening up your moves to the point where you don't hurt your opponent. But these bitches, they don't think about that. They're like, nah, I gotta be on the beach posting fucking selfies of me in my bikini and arguing with fans on Twitter for no reason. Like Rhea Ripley.
Then they got to get like really offended when you try to sexualize them. Like, oh my God, how dare you sexualize me? Also, did you look my bikini pic on Instagram? I'm like, these fucking hypocritical bitches. I mean, come on. Now, if you're gonna post your fucking thirst trap bikini pics on Instagram, don't get offended when people make sexual comments.
She literally did that back-to-back one day. It was like right around Christmas. And she was at a house show. First off, she whined and complained at some fan asking why do they sexually objectify these wrestlers. And then the next day, she was doing twerking bullshit at a house show with Bianca and Naomi. This is who she is. She's a fucking hypocrite. She's a Satanist garbage piece of shit. And I can't wait to rip her up on Sunday.
Oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. You know what it could be? It could be CM Punk is getting into the heads of some of the wrestlers. And I think he may have gotten into the head of Rhea Ripley.
He likes the females. We all know this. When is he always doing pictures? It's always with these females backstage. He thinks he's a fucking daddy or some shit, dude. I'm sick and tired of this shit. You're not a pimp, dude. You're just a fucking old perv with a little bit of name value. That's it. And any female wrestler that talks to you, it's starstruck. They're not hot for you at all. Trust me.
No, he looks he just looks like a meth head with baggy eyes. Like, he's not, like, what is attractive about the guy? He's covered in shitty tattoos, goofy ones at that. Like, if you're going to get tattoos, get some cool tattoos. Like the fucking Pepsi logo and the... You
like my Cobra tattoo from G.I. Joe?
Oh, God, it's just so ridiculous with his tattoos and the fucking weird, like, poker-looking thing on his ear. It just looks weird. But yeah, with the guy, he's a fucking whiny bitch, and it would not surprise me if he got into Rhea's ear to go virtue signal like that. Because, again, what have you seen when CM Punk has joined that roster? You're seeing more virtue signaling from the talents.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? You gotta stand up for your right to voice your opinion. You're a huge star. You should do it, You know what? You're right, Punk. I think I will. You can see it backstage. I can see it. You know what, though? I know he's good buddies with Jade, has been since AEW. But Jade Cargill won her match. Nobody really wanted to see this. I'm sorry. What I meant to say earlier was Asuka. There was Raquel Gonzalez. I get those two confused in this match. So, for the female match. So, Rhea beat Raquel Gonzalez. Jade beat Asuka. A little clarification. So, that's what happened there. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Jade beat her in this Storm outfit. Won the crown. She's going to compete at SummerSlam for the title. I expected it. I just didn't expect for... him to push a black female. Yeah, he likes Jade. Good for him.
I mean, good for him, but like at the same, like she's not gonna beat Tiffany Stratton. I really don't see, because with the problem with her is that she's too damn raw in the ring to be your champion. Like, it can work if she's not exposed very often and she's not forced to have long matches. But if you're the world champion in a Triple H company, you're going to be having long matches. I don't know if he's going to go for it. I don't think he will. I don't think he's going to do a title change. It would surprise me if he did.
I don't know. She's been earning his favor lately. Did you see that ringside footage? You saw. I'm not going to mention it. If you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But
if you know, you know.
Somebody was talking some smack, and she said something back, and all of the SJW fans online are like, "What? She's from the South." You know, it's whatever. What I gotta say is, yeah, if you act like one, you're gonna get called one. You know, I'll leave it like that. So, but that's the situation with Jade Cargill. So after that, they had the main event, and John Cena won. It was the right choice, you know. It's Saudi. You got to have John Cena as the top role, so that was good. But the match was an annoying fucking clusterfuck. It was a complete schmoz. So they had Seth and his group come in and attack Punk. So even though that technically counts as a cash-in, it's not a cash-in because he blows Triple H backstage. So I guess we can ignore that being a cash-in. He still gets to keep the Money in the briefcase. He even has a new one. I'm not sure if you saw it on Raw. Now he has a new redesigned one with black and gold in it. So I don't know what was going on there.
Just real quick. Do you know they finally came up with the name for the faction? Do you know what it is?
What is it?
You want to hear it?
Sure.
The Visionary Kingdom.
Ew, what the fuck? What the fuck? The Visionary Kingdom?
Let me.
All right. I have a brilliant idea. He is a visionary, and this is his kingdom. But not unlike Cody Rhodes, it is the Visionary Kingdom. You know what? That's fucking brilliant. The Visionary Kingdom. We're gonna put it on shirts. They're gonna be our new bloodline.
No.
I just imagine. I imagined a gay wizard in a pink castle. That's where my mind goes, you know.
Oh, that's such a fucking horrible name. Why would you name it that? The Visionary Kingdom. What? How is this a kingdom? Who's the king?
That's what I thought too. Wrestling Revolution.
Because like it would make sense if Seth Rollins won King of the Ring. Like if he had won King of the Ring, okay, I can kind of see it now. Where are they getting Kingdom from? Like, Cody Rhodes has more of a right to have his gay Kingdom faction than Seth Rollins does.
Oh, but it gets better. So, I mean, it wasn't bad enough that Seth Rollins had a failed cash-in that didn't even fucking matter, and they didn't even count against his record. But then they had Pentagon and Sammy run out to defend John Cena because I guess they got beat up backstage a couple weeks ago on TV shows. So now they're coming out to defend John Cena at Night of Champions and be the equalizers in this. And it was so stupid, dude. You had Penta and Sammy like going to war with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I'm sorry, but Braun Breaker can take them both on by himself. You know?
Right.
What the hell is this shit?
All that did, so I guess what that was is to like kind of get them on the card and use them in some form, in some shape or form. But all it did is it made Braun look like a fucking bitch. That's all it did.
It made him look like such a weak bitch. That's the one thing that Triple H is great at doing, is making even dominant people who are your future look like fucking punks up against your fucking your chosen stars, so to speak. So yeah, that's what happened there. It was awful. And so yeah, John Cena won the match, but it didn't end there. Now CM Perv, he happened to notice some attractive young women at ringside, and he's like, "Oh hey baby," you know, just pulled right on up, got some hotel room keys, got some numbers, and the rest is history. So
this guy is married.
Yeah. 47-year-old married man that flirts only with women and takes pictures only with women, but we're the ones who are weird for daring to imagine, oh, you fucking incels must have never had female friends before. Oh, no, because I've been married, and married men do not have female friends, you fucking single incel asshole.
Well, exactly. It's a projection on their part for sure. But like compare it to Randy Orton, who's married, Roman Reigns, who's married, Cody Rhodes, who's married, he's gay, but so it doesn't count. John Cena, like compare all these stars. Are they doing this? Do you see them taking pictures with hot young chicks all the time? No.
And then even for the fans to say he's called Chick Magnet Punk for a reason to this picture right here. So it's almost like they admit that he's like he's a perv. But they play it up like he's a Chad, like he's a daddy. No, he's not, dude. He's a fucking haggard old meth head who gets fucking hard over anything with a vagina, pretty much.
He's married. Like, end of conversation right there, because the guy's fucking married. Look, you would have to admit that it's very inappropriate for a married man to be constantly taking pictures with hot young chicks. Like, you don't see this with anybody else. You're not, especially not to this degree. This is like way over the top. And at the end of the day, you call him Trick Magnet all you want. He's married. He shouldn't be doing this.
Right, and that's the thing too, is they were calling him that back in the day when he had a reputation for bouncing back and forth between women and cheating on other women.
Mickey James?
Like, yeah, he did this shit all the time. Like, pretty much, he used and abused women so much, and we even showed it off on an ROH shoot video that he did with Colt Cabana back in the day, where they were basically bragging about this one chick who, wanted to hang out with their crew. So he made this chick do bumps in the ring, and they went stiff on her, and he made this chick drive them around, buy them food. He was basically, yeah, we used her, and used her as a bump dummy.
What a hero.
Shit. Yeah.
What a good guy. Hey, Punk, have you ever apologized to her? Probably not.
No. He's not a good person. And I'm so sick and tired of all the internet claiming he's a good person just because he just spouts liberal virtue signals. I mean, literally that's all he does is he just goes out and virtue signals and they eat his shit up. He tries to make an appearance, it seems, every 2 weeks to a month publicly to show, hey, I'm still an advocate. You're too old to be a fucking advocate, bro. Whenever you go to any of those things, any of those riots or rallies or any of that, it's always young people with like maybe one weird old guy who's organizing it all. Is he the organizer? He's a little too old to be doing this shit.
Well, and the thing too, like you always see him at these protests, he never says anything. He never really does it. He just stands there, takes pictures of himself in a hoodie in some crowd. He just blends in. He doesn't really do anything.
Well, I think he's just there to make sure, hey, yeah, get a picture of me, post online, yeah. Show me holding this sign, even though I didn't bring one. Yeah, I could see it.
Well, it's like for like him, like he's like you could shit at and we could shit at him all we want, right? The guy's a good talker. Why don't you go speak at one of these rallies, Punk? You want to be a voice of the voiceless? There you go. Don't just be taking fucking pictures. It's cheap.
It's so it's almost like he just wants to be seen virtue signaling, and that's a lot of these virtue signalers. It's very important to them, especially when they have a lot of skeletons in their closet, to be seen publicly doing shit like this that makes their PR look good. And to him, the more liberal activist you are, that's good PR. And notice how WWE is not coming down on any of these liberal activists. Lets them go out and do their shit. Because, as much as Trump says liberalism is dying, it's not dead yet. It's still very, very much alive. And it's going to take a while to kill off.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time to kill off. I mean, and then again, like, who knows? I mean, you see this fucking Zoran Mamdani communist asshole winning in New York. I mean, to do that well, even in a Democratic primary against Cuomo, like, I don't know. I hope it doesn't lead to anything, but,
I mean, if anything, it's just making you realize that the Democratic and Republican divide, it's not so much a divide. It's just like, hey, I choose a side and I go with values if the paycheck clears. So,
yeah.
Sad way. So go for it.
So real quick, is it cool if I do a review?
A review of what?
A review of the soda that I got.
Oh, absolutely. Go for it. I actually got a drink too, so go for it.
All right, cool. So I don't know if you guys know about this. There's a new flavor of Mountain Dew out. So they had the pineapple swirl. I tried that. It's like pineapple and raspberry. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. They have it at 7-Eleven, but they got something else, and I had to get this because I had the Faygo version, and the Faygo version was good. It's the Mountain Dew Summer Freeze cherry lemon raspberry flavor. So I haven't tried it before. I wanted to try it. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Okay, so the one change I would make, it's good. The one thing that I would advocate for in the future is you got to have more of a cherry flavor. You can really taste the lemon in there, but there needs to be more of a cherry flavor. The raspberry is good. It's a good soda, don't get me wrong, but it needs a stronger flavor to me.
I've noticed when you make have you ever made like anything like a cherry drink, like a cherry lemonade or a strawberry lemonade? You need a ton of them to override the lemon, to override the citrus. So you need to pretty much just dump a shitload of strawberries or cherries in there to get the flavor. And so no, I'm with you on that, but it sounds really good, man.
It's good for sure. Like it's really going to be good on a really hot day. But the Faygo one's going to win. Like if you can find the Faygo Ice Pop flavor, get it. It is one of the best sodas I've ever had. I've had a lot of different sodas in my time. Let me tell you, that is one of, if not the best I've ever had. It just, the flavor, it was so fucking good. I can't find it anywhere near me. It pisses me off.
Oh, shit, man. Well, you know what? You can find this at Walmart if you want to give it a try. It's by Bones Coffee. It's called French Toast Cold Brew Latte. So the bag that I sent you, I got the cold brew version, and it's delicious, man. It's like breakfast with a good caffeine kick to it. So, yeah, it's definitely got that good French toast taste to it. So, yeah, definitely recommend that. I also got the cookies and cream one, too, and that's the best. I really like S'more Time. Cookies and cream is the tastiest.
Wait, do you have it with you?
I tried it yesterday. I drank it yesterday when we were doing... I should have done a review when we were doing the live show yesterday. I had it yesterday, but I got French toast today, and it is perfect. So if you guys are at Walmart, see that in the coffee section, go ahead and pick it up. That shit is bomb, so...
Fuck yeah, dude.
Alrighty. So, overall, this show was... It was so predictable. Like, all you really had to do is Triple H guy, NXT Black and Gold person, and they would automatically win. Like, literally in every single result. The only difference would be John Cena and CM Punk, but neither one competed in NXT, so it doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, that's the thing is, like, for them, I feel like they had to kind of go with, the main draw on the show. So, like, that being where it was made sense. But again, you had to put the fucking NXT people, you had to put all the fucking indie schmucks in there, too. Sami Zayn did show up at the very end. He did get involved in that.
With Penna, it was Penna and Sami Zayn coming out to defend John Cena, which makes no sense. Like, I get it. I really get that they were, attacked by Seth Rollins' group on previous episodes of Raw. But for them to come out and aid a guy who is rubbing it in that he hates WWE and he's gonna leave, that makes no sense. Like, and especially if they're building towards a Survivor Series match, why the fuck would John Cena team up with anybody on the main roster, especially those two? Where's the cohesion?
Well, and he's a heel too. Like, there's Oh, real quick. So it's not Faygo Ice Pop, it's Faygo Firework. You type Faygo Firework, you see what I'm talking about. It is one of the best I've ever had. It is so fucking, like, they hit that flavor on the they hit it on the nail. They got it perfect. But anyways, with the whole Cena being heel thing, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Just I'm at the point where end the fucking thing, get it over with, turn him face, and just be done with it.
I know what they're going to go for, too. They're going to go for him turning face at the very end, hugging whoever he puts over with the title. Cody. And then and then him coming back 3 months to host like a Raw or some shit and getting pops. Triple H knows that these fans will completely forget about it. They're already cheering him anyways. So he disappears for a couple of months, he's still going to get a monster pop. He's John Cena, As far as who's more of a Triple H guy, with that question, it's Punk. Because right now... Punk is sucking Triple H's dick because he knows that if he keeps on doing that, he's going to be Triple H's top guy when Cena leaves. He really wants to be that, and that's why he's holding on as long as he is and biting his tongue and not getting into fights backstage. I'm sure he wants to, but he's like, you know what? I can be the top guy. I'm almost fucking there. I'm almost fucking there.
That's a good point because he is a politicker too. CM Punk is a politicker. That's a really good point. I never really thought about that.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere he goes, man, he's been known for this. And especially, over in Ring of Honor, he was politicking. Back with Vince, he was politicking. Triple H, you better believe he's doing politicking. It is not stopped, dude.
He's once a politicker, always a politicker. And that's the thing is, like, with these wrestlers, when you have a wrestler at the head of creative, they're going to politic. They're going to do shit like put themselves in the commercials, put themselves in the end credits. Like, they're going to do everything they can to fucking keep their spot.
Absolutely, man. So we'll take it over to Super Chats. We got Dark Paragon saying SmackDown is taped on Friday. Apparently it's Tiffany versus Trish at Evolution 2. Weird. So, okay. I can't complain about that. It's probably the best match on Evolution and will be the best match on Evolution. So I can't complain about that, but it's not enough to sell that event and not enough to get us to do a review. I'll watch the match on its own after the event is done. But I have no motivation at all to sit through a Triple H women's show. It's a night. It's like Evolution was already a nightmare. Evolution 2 is a even more of a fever dream nightmare. So yeah.
What I think it is like you take that Raquel Rodriguez Rhea match and make that the entire show.
And throw in like Jordan Grace on top of there. It's just gonna be like shitty promos, botches. And fans taking a piss break. Anybody that actually sits through that is probably a gay dude or like some feminist. I mean, because otherwise, natural like straight dudes don't give a shit about that shit because there's only a couple hot chicks on the main roster as it is, and Triple H is gonna put all the fucking ugly bitches on there. So that's how it is.
Nah, so well, and the one kind of hot chick match you're gonna get is gonna be Trish and Tiffany.
Yeah.
But even then, like with Trish is like in her late 40s, and Tiffany kind of like Tiffany's not a bad looking chick. She's just way too muscular for me.
It's like the cougar versus the daughter, you know? That's what it basically is.
Yeah. Well, and that's the problem. It's like if you're gonna have these matches, give us a reason why they're happening. Give us a feud. Give us something. They're not gonna give us anything.
No, and there's not going to be any surprises. They'll maybe have like the Bella twins, and they'll have Nikki in a random fucking match and have Brie do a run-in or some bullshit. That will be the big surprise of Evolution. So stupid. So, Coach sipping Jamba Juice out of a straw was saying Sami Zayn is a hobo masquerading as a wrestler. Amen, dude. 100%. He's we've never been high on Sami Zayn. Like I think as El Generico, he fits doing the jokey character because he's just a natural goofball. Anytime they try to take a natural goofball like Becky Lynch, Sami Zayn, and try to make them into this dominating monster, you're gonna piss off the real wrestling fans. The smarks will fucking love it because they're brain dead, but real wrestling fans will be like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
The problem with everybody's doing. Sammy is not over to the point where you can have him replace John Cena or Cody Rhodes or CM Punk. He's not at that level. He's never going to be at that level. And just trying to make it happen, you're just going to push a lot of fans away because there's going to be a lot of fans saying, fuck this shit. Are you kidding me? Sami Zayn?
Well, the big thing that they need to do, and Triple H needs to realize this, is if you're going to build stars, you're not going to do it through matches. You're going to do it through moments. No. And that's what people remember. They're going to remember Sami Zayn having a heartfelt moment backstage than getting the shit beat out of him by Cross over some random Sami Zayn Penta match. And that's the problem, is he builds up all these wrestlers with matches, with fake accolades, with fake title wins, instead of actually giving them moments like they did back in the Attitude Era with Discretion. Whenever you think about these great wrestlers, you think of matches, but you mostly think of the moments that they were involved in. I mean, just look at it this way. The most highly ranked segment in wrestling history is a moment. It's the Rock and Mankind This Is Your Life segment. They didn't have any fucking wrestling in it. It was just a sketch. That was the highest ranked moment.
Wasn't it like 11.5 million viewers or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that right there tells you people want moments. They don't want matches, you fucking idiot.
No, well, they want a reason to get invested and to have anticipation for the show going forward. It's like back in the Attitude Era, it's like you always wanted to see what was going to happen next. Like, what's going to happen next week? How are they going to follow this up? Whereas with now, it's everything like... honestly, to me, it feels like I'm watching the same show. When I go to watch Raws or SmackDown, it's like literally it feels like I'm watching just like a slightly different version of the same show I watched last week.
Just change the red to blue. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do.
It's like Simpsons booking. You know what it just goes back to zero at the end. It's like it never really advances anything. It just goes back to zero.
That's what it's all about, man. I mean, as long as he keeps it easy, he's all about keeping it easy at this point. Paragon was saying Evolution 2 is the ultimate test if women watch the product, buy tickets and merch, and they don't. As much as Becky Lynch whines and complains, oh, we have to make this for the kids, these young female fans out there, there is none, bro. That is a myth. Besides like Izzy at NXT shows, and that was only because her parents dragged her to the fucking shows. Right. There are no voluntary kids that go and spend their hard-earned money working at a burger joint to go and watch these events. If they do go, it's because their parents drag them to it. You know, you don't see groups of kids going to watch WWE shows, ever. It's like, hey, buds, you want to go and watch the WWE show? They're like, no, I want to go get drunk and find some hoes to fuck. You know, that's what they're talking about. That's the problem, is that he has not made wrestling cool. It's for fucking fat dorks at this point. And that's why you just see everybody in the crowd looking like they're on a sex registry. That's why. Oh, God. That's what he's bringing in, man.
He's bringing in the basement pedos. Let's get into the basement pedos. They'll steal their mommy's credit card and buy a bunch of shitty overpriced tickets, and we'll write it out until we can, and then we'll get kicked to the curb, and then they'll sell the Vince, and there you go. Like, honestly, like, could that be Triple H's plan? Like, they know Vince is coming back, and like, fuck it, let's just do what we can.
And that's what it is. He's just throwing shit against the wall and seeing what actually slides into a good rating for him. That's what he's trying to do at this point. Paragon was also saying WWE needs to bring back legends and talent from other promotions to put over Evolution. That would be cool, and I'm glad that they're doing that with Trish. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, they're bringing back the Bella Twins, which nobody wants to see. Like, Nikki came back just because she's broke. And people still fucking hate her ass, which I'm happy about. I'm glad the like even the Smarks hate her ass, so that's good. It's like she can do all this virtue signaling. They still hate your ass from the Diva era, and they have not forgiven you for that shit. Because she was the female John Cena in a lot of ways. She just crushed a lot of their favorites. You know, they wanted to see Natalya have a dominating world title when you got Nikki Bella. Sorry, it's not going to happen.
Well,
sorry.
Well, and that was the right way to go. Could you imagine Natalya having a dominating? Well, I think didn't she have like a brief one?
Something like that. But yeah, no, they do definitely need to bring back some more legends. And knowing WWE, we're going to see Medusa Maselli come out and just give some haggard 5-minute speech about, this is for women's empowerment. I fought my whole career for this shit. You already know you're going to see something like that.
Somebody needs to tell her. I don't care how mad she gets. Just tell her the most over she was when Ferrara poured barbecue sauce on her tits. Point blank, period.
Straight up, that was the last time that she ever got pops from the crowd. Ever since then, she just get boos and crickets. Boos if she's lucky, actually. I was actually giving her more credit. So mostly crickets.
I mean, because the crowd actually, have an emotion towards her. I mean, because she's, you know who she is, and we've said it for a little bit. She really is the '90s version of Charlotte Flair.
Yes, they're so alike in so many ways, and that's the thing too, is you've seen both just fall apart as they get older. Like they're both
no personality.
Like they're literally like Fallout ghouls. Like the flesh is just falling off the skeleton at this point.
both at one point had big fake knockers. Then they had them taken out.
Known for the wrestling ability and their pedigree in the ring when they're not that good.
Right.
Yeah.
Massively overhyped.
True. Yeah, that is a very good comparison, JC. I like that one. Very good.
Honestly, it's crazy how similar they are.
In a lot of ways, man. A lot of ways. Very, very true. Everything as Ron said, how do you guys deal with burnout with the Triple H product? The best thing you can do is just stop consuming as much.
Right.
Limit how much pro wrestling you take in. We're still pro wrestling fans. We, try to watch it at least once or twice a week, but we very much limit our exposure to pro wrestling, whether that be on X, playing in video games, watching old wrestling. It really helps prevent the burnout and at least help you kind of find what is good in modern wrestling if you don't overconsume it. Because, like, that's the sad thing is, like, especially when you're a classic wrestling fan, you'll go back and you watch what was good, but then you try to watch this new shit and it just don't compare, man. Because, like, in your mind, you're watching this new shit and you're like, dude, Vince on his worst day blows this shit away, So, for us, the less consuming of Triple H product you do, the easier it is to take in.
Well, and, like, if I'm gonna, like, be honest about, I've said it before, and I stick to it. With AEW, at least there's some personalities on there that are entertaining. With WWE, there's nothing.
Yeah, the thing about Tony is he lets his guys try to at least be stars. Like, I can see MJF, if AEW had a big enough outlet, being that next big thing for the company. I mean, it's a lot of it has to do with the declining popularity in pro wrestling and the fact he's not in WWE. But no, MJF in the right company with the right push could be one of those guys. You definitely have to invest in the future and let these talents flourish. And that's what he's doing, especially with the women's division. I'm very happy that he's letting the women's division just do its own thing and just populate, get bigger, get better.
No, absolutely. I mean, you got that Tekla chick, she's got a lot of potential. They got Athena, remember Ember Moon?
Oh yeah, Ember Moon. She's all right.
She's not bad. Like I wouldn't shit on her. She's not bad.
Did she lose the beer gut?
She lost the beer gut. She doesn't have that fucking roadkill bottle cap gimmick anymore. So,
okay, good. I've never had a problem with her in the ring. I think as far as in the ring goes, she's always been a very solid competitor. I think her top rope finisher is pretty cool. The Athena, the diving Stone Cold Stunner. Pretty cool finisher. I mean, overall, she's not bad, just not the prettiest in the face, And that Ember Moon character, Triple H trashed the shit out of Athena. He ruined her.
Oh no, he gave her this towards the end, having some fucking dead raccoon tail on her ass and some weird wolf coat with bottle caps glued to it. They didn't have any perception of hey, let's make this look good. It's remember the whole Finn Balor headdress thing? Go back and look at that headdress. It's belts. You could see the fucking belt notches in the fucking straps.
Oh no, you know Finn. He just had a gangbang and then cleared the floor afterwards and I'm gonna use this for my headdress. So here he is with all these gay dudes' belts dangling over his head. I mean, it's a pretty much a confirmation of what he is now. So leave it at that. Hypot was saying Punk wants pro-Palestine strange. Yeah. I think at this point he's just got a fucking map, a giant world map, and he's like, I fuck pussy there, I fuck pussy there, I gonna fuck pussy in Antarctica. Yeah.
It's like it's like detectives like trying to like figure out like who killed him case. They got like the pins and the fucking strings.
With the strings.
Yeah. Pussy over there, I fuck pussy over there, and there and there. I still need to fuck pussy in Saudi Arabia. I gotta fuck pussy in Timbuktu. I gotta fuck pussy over in China. Yeah, there's got so much pussy to fuck, and my asshole of a wife keeps giving me shit over it. Fuck her.
I got gonorrhea in Somalia. I got syphilis over Romania. Oh, the memories, Punk, the memories.
That Romanian syphilis is eating my dick. Well, I mean, it's so fucking big, there's so much to eat.
Yeah. Everything is ruined said, most influential metal song or album to you two. I still stick to what I said the other day. Lateralus. Lateralus was probably the most. I played that CD so much that I got it scratched the fuck up. I had to go get another one. So anytime you do that to a CD,
white are all I see. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, in my infancy, red and yellow then came to be, reaching out to me. Lets me see. Love that shit.
Love it.
Helos Faraz says, Noseman wants Sammy versus Rollins for WrestleMania Night 1. Oh, no, you're absolutely right about this, Helio, because they were actually building this up. I was unfortunately, I saw the Raw that they were building this up on, and it was this whole thing with Sammy basically giving Rollins shit for going this bad guy route, and then Rollins saying to Braun Breaker, "Go ahead, take him out," and Braun took out Sammy. So it was basically like Sammy trying to give Rollins shit for being a bad guy. So they're gonna build towards that. Sammy being the ultra babyface, Rollins being the ultra heel. Nobody wants to see that match at all. No. It's gonna be absolutely fucking awful.
No, and what's going to be is there going to be a stipulation for the match? Is there just going to be, No,
it's just going to be the ultimate showdown between Sammy and Rollins. Who doesn't want to see that?
Literally nobody wants to see that. Like, if anything, you know what match they could do that would actually get the fans to go crazy for it?
What's that?
Put the Money in the Bank title, a briefcase on, put it on the line.
If he hasn't cashed it in, I think that's actually a good idea.
Put it on the line between Seth, have Sammy in the match, LA Knight. Have LA Knight go over.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Paragon was saying, Medusa cuts a promo at Evolution, the crowd boos. Okay. We'll hit up impressions real quick. Let me just get everybody's regular super chats, and we'll get to impressions. So, Everything is Ruined said, it's hard to make content on something I don't care about. I understand, man. I completely get it. I've seen a lot of content creators that I've known just completely steer away from pro wrestling. I mean, look at Jay Rants. He got tired of how pro wrestling was going, and that's why he really started focusing on video games. I would definitely recommend metal and video games as an avenue. I know there's another YouTuber, I don't want to mention his name. He went that route. You'll be way more successful than him because you're actually entertaining and awesome. So, yeah, I think, go ahead and definitely put stuff out there that you're passionate about, because a lot of our community, I see what you guys are into. If you're gonna put out content, and this is to all you guys, put out content about anime, about video games, about comic books. It don't have to be about pro wrestling, just something that you're passionate about, man. If it's cool to you and you can make it interesting, or at least you're interested enough to really be passionate about it, fucking go for it, man.
Well, I mean, because if you're going to make content, you got to be passionate about it. You got to be able to, constantly keep going and going. Like, what's going to keep you going?
Yeah.
Especially when you're building a channel from the ground up. Like the one thing, like the thing you're going to be talking about, you got to be passionate about because you're going to be devoting a lot of time to it. So, what are you passionate about? If you're passionate about metal music, okay, go that route. If you're passionate about video games, go that route. If you're passionate about anime, go that route. Really, that's how you build a fan base. Really, is you gotta give a certain group of whatever you're passionate about of people what they want.
Absolutely, and I don't know why this is just a random aside, but I just want to say, rest in peace, Michael Madsen. Had an awesome career, great actor. I don't know why I just thought about that, but rest in peace, Michael Madsen. So, Junior Star was saying, Saturday night's main event and Evolution combo event ticket.
Wow.
Yeah, this is what really bugs the shit out of me with WWE is the double event bullshit. I'm sick and tired of it. I do not want to watch an NXT event on the same day as a PLE. Like you already, or even the day before, you're already burning out the fucking fan base to the point that nobody wants to watch both shows. That's why you have such a low turnout for these NXT PLEs, because you always stack them either on the same day as a main roster PLE or the day before. Nobody wants to see that shit at all, and it's not like you have any fucking draws on these takeovers. Ethan Page, come on, that ain't a fucking draw. You don't have any draws in NXT right now, and it's only going to get worse once they start draining that roster. So, yeah, go. I'm sorry, go.
Well, and you can only captivate and utilize that fan base who will watch there are people who will watch every bit of wrestling content that they could find, and then will spend their last penny on wrestling tickets and merchandise. Those people are there, and I think that's who WWE is catering to heavily, because they're most likely going to get their money from them. The problem comes when you gotta make more and more profits. You gotta raise the bar higher and higher, and if you're a publicly traded company, you have to do that. You gotta find new ways to make yourself more profitable, or you can face shareholder lawsuits. So I honestly don't know what the fuck they're gonna do when Cena's gone and they have no draws. Like, what are you gonna be relying on Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn? That's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah, it's not going to be too easy. Not a good thing. They're definitely fucked, but Triple H is only concerned about himself at this point. That's why he doesn't care. I really don't think he cares about building up the future. And by the way, yeah, thank you for Goldberg. It really sucks that he's retiring on a random Saturday night main event and not like a WrestleMania or SummerSlam. So, but thank you for everything you've done, man. Awesome wrestler. Comment on Britt Baker trying to get fired so she can come back at Evolution. I don't think it's going to happen for Evolution. It would just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen so soon. I think that from everything I've heard, she's locked down. What is it? Till the end of or at least until 2026. So, yeah, throughout the end of the year, she's not going anywhere. Maybe in 2026, maybe if they can get her for the Royal Rumble. But even then, she's going to get the biggest booze besides like maybe Tessa Blanchard making her main roster debut. She's going to get the amount of booze that you're going to get from that chick is going to be indescribable. Like, her heat will not die. People will remember that Britt Baker was an awful wrestler that sandbagged all the top people in AEW and that she politicked. But she's not going to escape from that.
But with these fans, though, I don't know. Like, I think they'd pop for her because, like, it's holy shit, an AEW wrestler in WWE. I think Ricky Starks, when he comes to the main roster, is going to get a bit of a pop. Only because of that, but that will fade away over time.
Yeah, I mean, I could see with Ricky too, because at least they're putting in time with him on NXT. But with Britt Baker, I think she's one of those people. It'd be almost like Chris Jericho coming back in the Men's Royal Rumble. He would still get booze, it's not enough. Like, these AEW fans still fucking hate his ass. So, that's what it is. Trust me, they would get the pops after time, but you would have to let that hatred of where they were previously at kind of die down a little bit.
Oh, no, for sure. So I can confirm right now, I'm looking at AEW's roster page. Britt Baker's still on the roster, which means they're advertising her as a part of the AEW roster, which means she's still under contract with AEW. So, like, anytime you ever got a question about any of that, just go to AEW's roster and, like, because it would be false advertising. You cannot advertise a wrestler that's signed to your company when they're not actually signed to your company. It's the reason why Abaddon is no longer listed on here, because she's not contractually, obligated to AEW. So, if you ever got a question about that, if you ever hear like Coachman or whoever saying, "Oh, Britt Baker could be leaving," just go look at the roster page. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, that's the confirmation right there, the legal confirmation of who's on the roster. If you ever have any sort of doubt, right there, go ahead and check it out. DC Viper was saying the Hogan and Heel Savage build over Elizabeth is a classic.
It's amazing.
Indeed, man. I don't know why WWE is so afraid to appeal to straight men and push Scarlett. Well, I think it is because they see that it's all a bunch of retarded gay liberal nerds now. So that's what they appeal to, that they really saw that they took over, the indie wrestling crowd, which is that demographic, mind you, took over pro wrestling and took over the IWC. So that's what they appeal to. They see that all these top journalists, especially like people like What Culture, JD, Solid Monster, they're all nerds, gay nerds. So that's what they appeal to. It's all about appealing to the niche nerd gay male fan base that does not want to see hot, attractive women. These fans, they do not focus on the fact that a woman is beautiful and that she can bring in viewers on her beauty. They focus on botchy, shitty wrestling moves in time in the indies as your cred, so to speak. And all the good wrestlers that we've seen come up, they're all people that weren't part of the indies. I would point to Tiffany Stratton and Sol Ruka right off the bat as
Braun
being,
Breaker.
and Braun Breaker, as even Trick and Oba. You know, these people weren't indie darlings. They came in through the PC, and they became monsters. Even Lash Legend is, I think, another up-and-comer. I think she's pretty decent as well.
Jade Cargill.
Yeah, Jade from AEW. Yeah, no, you see these people that didn't go through the indies, and they're stars. That shows you right there that you should not listen to this insular fan base, which their tastes are just going to turn off regular fans anyways. They're into like any women that they're actually into are muscle mommies, which is or butt ugly bitches basically. They're either butt ugly because they think they got a chance with them, or they're muscle mommies because they got some sort of weird fetish. All these fans have weird fetishes, I swear.
Well, I feel that for a lot of them, they're really kind of like being very careful, and they're like they don't want to get the backlash. You know, they're trying to keep their sub count. They're trying to appeal to as big of a base as possible, and so they think that they have to cuck out, you know, and not, you know, sexually objectify the women. Well, no, if Scarlett Bordeaux's hot, Scarlett Bordeaux's hot. If that offends people, they can go fuck themselves. You know, Trish Stratus still looks good for her age. I mean, she's just. I mean, I could see why people, you know, would stroke one out to her. I get it, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you gotta be honest with how you feel about it. Look, there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be sexy on TV. Shit, we grew up with that in the Attitude Era. It brought in a lot of viewers. Sable was the most over woman on the fucking roster.
Well, and that's why we always put over Nikita Lyons. These fans always focus on her botches. This woman is a fucking star, dude.
Right.
She like she puts herself in any sort of pose, and it looks like something that would be on a Playboy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the thing too, is like you look at Nikita Lyons, and like this is we've always said for a while, like she, at least to me, looks like the modern version of what Sable would look like. You know, this era of Sable wouldn't look like the thin body with the big fake tits. It would look more like super wide hips, big ass, like a very curvaceous body, and she's got all that. Like what? Like name a woman in all of wrestling that has a more curvier body than her. You can't.
Yeah, especially when you go top to bottom. I mean, there's a lot of chicks in pro wrestling with butts, but when you talk about the total package, especially all natural, you won't find too many that come close. So
no,
give her that.
Well, and the thing too, like right there, like that. If you want to get young male viewers, Nikita Lyons, that's how you do it. You put her on TV, you sexy her up. You try to get those viewers to watch by appealing to them.
Instead, they bury her over on Evolve where nobody can watch her on Tubi. Assholes.
So stupid. It's so stupid. Because what drives me crazy, even with AEW, it's all right there to massively grow their audience.
True. Nah, it's fucking idiots, man. Fucking idiots. What can be said? Everything is ruined. Said, how dare AJ not let CM Diddy mess with other girls? I honestly, in all seriousness, I think they're swingers. I think they're people that kind of like Jade and Will. You know, just it's out there but not out there. You know, it's for everybody that has a brain. You know that they're swingers. For the insular fans, they're like, oh, they're cheaters. I think honestly, they're swingers at this point. For him to be in that many photos and shit with women, he's got to be a swinger. That would be the only logical explanation.
Well, I mean, we've heard rumors about AG and you know,
certain talents, yeah, doing things.
Certain talents,
yeah. Just put
one of them's over in AEW right now in a sort of EVP role.
Yeah, they get around.
Lethal.
Is he really an EVP now? Good for him.
I don't know if he's an EVP, but he's definitely I think he's in a producer role. He's a talent for sure, but I think he's in a producer role also. Okay, good. All right, I mean, that's something. Favorite song from White Pony, mine's Elite. I like Elite, Digital Bath, Passenger, probably those ones. Yeah. So, yeah, but Elite's a good song. DC Viper was saying, keep in mind all the jobbers we will have in the Hall of Fame soon. Cody Rhodes, Charlotte, and Kofi will be Hall of Famers. Oh, gross. Thanks, Hunter. And well, that's what we've seen, is we've seen the generation of taking overhyped mid-carders and giving them wins and accolades and win streaks and no return. No pop. That's especially with all the people that you just mentioned. They've given them so much with no fucking return at all. You haven't brought in any viewers. You're not getting anybody to talk about you on the mainstream.
I mean, these fuckers can go and do Jimmy Fallon and or SNL, and still nobody talks about him. Nobody gives a shit about him. They could throw out a pitch at a ball game. Nobody fucking talks about him. It doesn't matter the mainstream exposure that all of these names do. They can't fucking get over it. Like, it's like they're immune to it.
Putting Sami Zayn in the Hall of Fame is like putting Eugene in the Hall of Fame. That's how fucking ridiculous it is.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. What can I say? Yeah, so let's see what we got here. I've been told I'm good at singing. Maybe that.
There you go.
Yeah, if you know what, I would start looking around Craigslist, see if you can find some local bands to work with. You know, or just do your own solo shit too. I mean, we were talking about how Suni AI is really good at making the background tracks, and you just sing it over them. So, you know, something,
yeah.
Yeah, you know, just keep that in mind. But yeah, don't ever let anything hold you back from trying something out, man. Especially with the technology we have nowadays, you know.
Well, absolutely. I mean, because it's only getting better and better. So, you know, yeah, try that out. See if it works.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. All right. So, let's see. Favorite song from Chevelle. They're all right. Probably like maybe, I don't know, The Red, I guess. I'm not a huge Chevelle fan, but they're okay. You know, I don't have any issues with them. Okay. So I believe we're on to impressions. So let me see what we got for impressions. So
it is impression time.
Indeed. So there was one that had regular type, and I mixed it up. Let me see where it is.
Is it the Helios Feroz one?
I think it's Helios.
AJ to Saudi.
Well, we'll start out with this one right here. So AJ goes to Saudi, finds Punk with the 2 fans. Where is he? Have you seen my husband? Where is he?
Oh, no good.
He's out at the ring. I think you should go check him out. He's talking to these 2 girls.
He's talking to 2 girls? No way! What the... Punk!
Hey, baby, why don't you come back to my hotel room? Hey, yeah, here's my key, yeah.
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing here, you fucking asshole? Are you, what, you don't fucking trust me? What, you thought I was gonna go to Saudi and cheat on you? You fucking whore. Yeah, I bet you're the cheater. You're the fucking dirtbag. Yeah, here's my hotel key, babe. Yeah, I'll meet you there later.
I made you a homemade cake, you fucking asshole, and I brought it here to Saudi because I wanted to celebrate with you.
Yeah, but the problem with it is that I wanted to come back at home and celebrate in Chicago because you're so fucking selfish and self-centered, you didn't think about that, did you, you fucking whore?
It's your
you
fucking
cheating,
cake!
Dirty, you fucking... Oh, it's all I feel, you fucking whore! Ow!
Helios was saying, Jordan and Zoe go to TWRP therapy to try and hook up with you. Okay.
So you're Zoe and I'm Jordan. I assume?
Yes. Oh, dude! Wow, I gotta tell you, you know what? I was checking out the popcorn buckets the other day for Jurassic Park.
Damn.
Oh my god! They got a couple.
Oh
Okay,
my God.
so they got the first one. I'm not sure if you saw the Regal exclusive one, where it's a little cryogenic tank.
Yes.
They got that one. Comes with the drink carrier. Then they have one that's a T-Rex head. Looks fucking awesome. It's good shit, man.
Dude, like,
Oh,
I
and then
gotta get one of those for sure. Like, I mean, when are they going to be available?
Oh, they're already available right now.
Oh shit.
Hey guys, hello sexy. You look so good. I made sure to wear this sexy outfit that shows off my fried eggs and my flat pancake ass. You want to squeeze, baby? I took it from you. Squeeze it, baby. Squeeze it. Ah, what the hell, man?
Oh, hey, baby, you want to look at my bulge? Yeah. I
No.
made sure my bulge was extra prominent just for you guys.
No.
Yeah. You like these biceps? Yeah.
No.
Body
No.
built by roids. Yeah. Oh.
Brock, please get these 2 disgusting gremlin fucks out of here right now, please.
You know what? My fucking pleasure.
Brutality.
Fatality.
All right. Let's see where we left off on. I think it was another Helios one.
Cool.
Medusa, oh, this is the one I was thinking about. Medusa cuts a promo with Evolution, the crowd boo. All right, so you be Medusa, I'll just be like Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
Okay. Oh my, we have a real legend coming up next, Pat. A real legend. This is Medusa Maselli.
Oh my God!
Oh no, good.
I can't believe it. She's gonna be fucking awesome. Medusa, who doesn't love Medusa? I mean, remember the barbecue tits thing? It was awesome.
You can't mention that on TV, Pat. Oh my. Here she comes out to the ring to crickets.
Hello.
Cricket.
Is this thing on? Hey, look, I just want to thank Paul Levesque for putting on a great show for the women and giving us a chance to show that ugly women can be entertaining, kind of, sort of, too. And hey, no, don't come.
Everybody is leaving, Pat. Oh my.
I can't believe it. She turned the whole crowd away. Everybody's leaving. Oh my God. I gotta run out and do damage control and save everybody before leaving. Give me a second. Come on back. Come on.
Damn bitch. Drove everybody away. So, where we got?
Wait, should I have done more of like a vulture thing for that?
It was fine. I think it worked. Yeah, it's fine. So, Dark Paragon said, impression, Camille debuts on Raw. Her camel toe is exposed. Cole and Wade Barrett roast her. So, yeah, you be Wade Barrett for this. I'll be Cole. You mind if I be Camille? Is that fine?
That's cool.
Okay.
We have a huge debut here. Who is this Amazon woman coming down to the ring?
All 6'2" of her, built like a brick shit house. Michael Cole, I don't think we have many women built like that on this roster. And if you don't find her appealing, you must have incel energy.
That's why she's called Camille Brickhouse. Oh my, here she is. She's grabbing the microphone.
Now listen here. I have come to Raw to be one of the best that you've ever seen. Did you see my acting in Queen of the Ring? I was amazing. I used to play softball. Now, look at me now.
Michael Cole, does she know that her camel toe is exposed?
I don't think she knows, but at least she's getting the fans to stare at her camel toe and big titties. Oh my.
That's really all she's got to offer, because she ain't got not much on the mic or doesn't have much personality, and she's not that good in the ring. And if you think she's good, you must have incel energy.
Oh look, Triple H just muted her mic and she's just pantomiming with her big boobs. Oh my.
What an absolute waste of a talent. She doesn't look anywhere near as much of a man for me to be aroused.
She needs more of a bulge for me. Oh my.
Me too.
Alejandro said, impression, CM Punk tries to hit on Anna Jay, Jack Perry gets involved. Okay. All right.
Oh, hey, baby, I saw your match last night on Dynamite. Yeah, you're getting a lot better in the ring there, baby.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any tips? You're such a veteran. I would love your advice. Any advice you can give to me?
Oh, I got a tip for you. Oh, yeah, baby. Hey, look, if you want to get a push, I'll tell you what, I could talk to Tony Khan. Shit, maybe I could threaten to even come back. I'd say, hey, look, asshole, I'm going to come back on one condition. You got to push Anna Jay. And he's going to say, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take it back any fucking time.
You would do that for me, Punk?
I would do that for you, baby. But you got to do something for me, if you get my drift.
Hey, what the hell is going on here? Hey, Punk.
Whoa. Hey, asshole. Hey, fuck you. Get away from me, you fucking bitch. I'll pie face you again. Hey, I was just giving your girl I was just giving her some fucking veteran advice because you're a fucking sloppy dipshit prick who can't fucking teach anyone anything. You're a prick. You're killing the fucking wrestling business.
Hey, stay away from my woman, okay? Don't you have enough strange pussy to fuck? You don't have to fuck with Anna Jay. Now get the fuck out of here, or else I'm gonna introduce you to some real glass.
Oh, I'm fucking terrified. Real glass. Listen here, buddy. I may be a meth whore, but you know what? I could still break your fucking face.
Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you go ahead and take a shot? The first shot's free, Punk. Go ahead and cash that check.
Oh, with pleasure, with pleasure. My fist. What?
Yeah, that's why we call him Glassbone Phil.
He's such a bitch.
Stop laughing at me. I'm a badass. I fought in the UFC.
Yeah, you got your fist broke by my awesome face. Yeah, come on, baby, let's go fuck.
Oh, sure thing, Jack. You're such a stud.
AJ, where's my meth?
It's up your ass, you fucking prick!
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining us for this Triple H is a Bad Booker. We will be live on Saturday. We got some shows for you guys. We got a show with Society Reviews. We got an overhated on Hulk Hogan, and we got some news for you. So we'll see you on Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday. Sunday it is. So see you Sunday. NC.
JCN.
Peace out.